Hi everyone, welcome in this workshop for sport nutrition. Today I would like to speak about what can help before, during and after a race with nutrition and why it can help. My name is Andy, I'm a dietitian. I studied in Geneva and now I'm living in the Netherlands working as a personal trainer and also with some clients online about nutrition. Um, it happens very often that people, when I told them, yeah, I'm a dietitian, they start to speak about their goal, marathon goal, Ironman goal, and they ask me, so what can I do with my nutrition? What can help? And they ask me a bit about the magic pill, and yeah, there is no magic tricks, but I think you can do many things that are useful. Often we have to go way more in detail. That's what I'm gonna do today. But that's a start, and that's what I'm gonna share with you today. So I did a summary about sport nutrition that I did with the ISSN guidelines, the sport nutrition international sport nutrition guidelines. So let's start. Before training or before the race, you have many options. What can help is to eat a normal meal 3 to 4 hours before. And yeah, in this meal you can have some carbs to maximize the glycogen stock, and you can also you eat, for example, a snack that is a bit smaller, sorry, and that can be a bit closer to the race, 1.5 to 2 hours before, for example, even closer if you can manage it, but that's something you have to test. What they recommend is to consume digestible carbs, like for example rice, oats, toast. For me, for example, sometimes I eat pasta with ketchup or pasta with some tomato sauce, and that totally works for me. And you can also add a light protein. Um, yeah, that's not an obligation, but some people like it because it makes them more fuel with the protein, and they are not hungry before the start when they are on the starting line. And in this way, if you add some protein, you can add something with low fat. So that can be like, yeah, chicken fillets. That can be maybe yeah, 1, 2 eggs, something like that. Not too big in portion. And the goal for this meal or snack is to limit fiber intake and fat intake that can prevent stomach discomfort or and slow down the digestion. During races, so maybe first of all, if you are gonna race less than an hour and you eat enough before and the days before the race or the practice, there is no way to add some carbs during effort. Um, yeah, that can help the moment that you go for more than an hour or 1 hour 15 minutes and longer, and to high moderate to high intensity. And the primary objective is to maintain blood glucose, delay muscle fatigue, but also delay the emptying of the carbs in your liver. That's is called glycogen. Um, and they recommend 30 to 60 gram of carbs in the form of gels and isotonic drinks. So yeah, 4 to 6% of carbs. It means 4 to 6 grams of carbs for 100 milliliter of liquid. That's the amount that your body will absorb and the fastest and with the slowest risk of gastric intolerance. And you can also go up to higher, up to 90 gram an hour. Even some cyclists go to 120. Yeah, it's not always the highest is the better in terms of if you don't try before, if you don't practice it before, you can't go to 120 gram when you run, for example, with the vertical oscillation. You're gonna have some struggle to digest and to absorb. So yeah, we'll start slowly. Start with 30 gram, 1 gel or 2 gel per hour, and see how it goes. Keep drinking around the gel. Sometimes it's can be complicated to drink right after it because it makes you too full. So yeah, maybe to space it. And the golden rule, of course, is to test during training and not to try new things the day of your marathon or your Ironman. Yeah, try to avoid trying new things. Of course, if you are 6-7 hours in Ironman, it's really difficult, and you see some cola. Maybe yeah, you didn't try the cola. There is a bit of gas inside. Maybe not. Then you try and you go for it. But yeah, you have to always to balance the benefit risk with that. And after the race, there is different approach. I would say if you finish a marathon, just enjoy your life, enjoy what you eat. Of course, if you can have some carbs in your meal, for example, a pleasure meal can be like a pizza, then yeah, of course, it's gonna help to refuel the glycogen and support recovery. And yeah, also to have some protein, rebuild muscle fibers faster. But yeah, if you just train for 4.5 months for the marathon and yeah, you just want to enjoy after it, it's something that is understandable. But if you did like 10K half marathon and you keep training for your marathon or other goals, like then at that moment it can be really interesting to refill with glycogen and fast carbs. Sorry, protein and fast carbs. And then do it for 2, 3, 4 hours after the event, and yeah, then you are able to recover probably a bit faster and to train also better the day after or the 2 days after when you have to start training again. And for to optimize the digestion, we can say to keep fat low post workout. I would say that is interesting especially for example if you have double session in a day, or yeah, you have to train the day after. Yeah, you have to know that if you eat more fat, then technically you can probably eat a bit less carbs and protein. So yeah, that's always to make the balance with what you want and how you feel. And finally, I would say that we can close that with the small sentence I put down, like the quantity. Of course, for me, it's the most important to fuel enough, support your training weeks after weeks to be able to enjoy the training simply because you have enough energy. Quality is also important, probably a bit less, but it is, and the timing around training, before training, I would say more timing like week after week, being consistent with your structure, your fueling will pay on the long term, and that lead to peak or good performance for sure. And yeah, I think we are good for that. Thank you for following this little workshop. And for the references, I use the ISSN guidelines that you can find here if you want to go more in detail, because we can go way more in detail and way more personalized with people. You can read it or just subscribe and like to my channel if you like my work, support me, and you can contact me on my email if you want more information. Wish you a good day. Bye bye.